Hey folks, I'm out on the trail again, riding my Pee Wee Herman bike. You've probably seen this setup before. You know, I got my phone up there, I got my mount for the camera. I've got my prostate seat here, you know, so that, you know, I don't get crushed. And I'm riding a little trail here next to the road, and I'm gonna go ahead and get you mounted up. All right, hopefully that will stay right there, and get back on the bike here. Always got to watch out, because you never know if you're going to run into an animal, be it a bear or a moose, so you got to be careful of that. And of course the most dangerous animal in the world, which is people. Right. Oh, the water here has cleared up significantly. This is an interesting spot right here. Let me get the bike set here so I can take the camera out. All right. So the other day this all was really cloudy. You couldn't see down into the water. I haven't seen any fish in here yet, but it doesn't mean that they're not in here. What we've got is up over there beyond that big tree. There's a beaver dam set up, and it's channeling. Well, you can see the hutch right there. And so it's channeled the water away from Ship Creek, which is right past those bushes. I'll walk over there in a second, but channeled it in and created this impoundment. And then I don't know exactly where it is, but it's somewhere down in here. There's supposed to be a culvert, and they have plugged most of that. Some of the water is going through, and it's coming down into this channel. And the funny thing is, this wraps around by the trail, and there's a deeper pool down over there through the woods. I guess it's down here through the woods. There's a couple of deeper pools down there, and some grayling have moved in there. So that's kind of cool, right? That the grayling have kind of populated. I don't know if there's any rainbows or anything like that in there. I haven't seen any, but good possibility that they're in there. Good possibility that they're in here too, in the impoundment. All right, I'll leave the bike here for a minute and walk over here to the bridge, and you can see right up here there is a significant amount of flow that's coming down from the beaver dam up there, flowing down around. You can see it right here. That's a significant amount of water moving. And let's walk up over here. I don't know if you can hear it, but It's created a little waterfall right over there. We'll be able to see it once we get on the other side. I would be really surprised if there wasn't some fish in here taking advantage. That water looks to be 4 or 5 feet deep there out in the center. So this water has really cleared up. Flowers are all in bloom. Look at this stuff right here. Some of this stuff is as tall as I am. Oh yeah. Let's turn around and look this way. All right. So you can see where the water's coming over the rock, the riprap that they put in, creating a little waterfall. I bet if I climb down there and cast it into that flow just past the waterfall, I bet there's some rainbows, maybe some grayling in there too. It's flowing pretty good, pretty clear. Really gorgeous too, isn't it? Wow. Just absolutely, what a beautiful day. Now these are the kind of days where, you know, it's just awesome to live in Alaska. Now these are few and far between. I mean, we might get, I don't know, a month of these kind of days during the year, but it's not typical. And although this all flows in the wintertime, you'll get like a top coating of ice over a lot of it, and the river flows beneath it. But yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous today. We're gonna ride up. The path goes along here, and there's a park way up there. We're gonna go up to that park and see how things are looking up there. So let's head back down to the bike here and head that direction. I might go down that trail later on. That's heading south. I've never been down that part of the trail before, so it'd be interesting to see what's down there. Yeah, I gotta imagine there's some rainbows or grayling in there. This is just the side current that they really like that. And see where the shade kind of dapples on the other side of the flow. That's where you'd usually find those fish sitting. Normally they wouldn't sit directly in the sunlight. You know, if there's available shade, they'll take advantage of it. Man, the air is just so fragrant with the amount of flowers that are blooming right now. Trying to see if there's any visible aquatic life moving around in there. And I'm not seeing it. If you can look down in the water, you can see how all of that is kind of crimped off. So the beavers have been chewing that up. Probably back in the spring before, everything else started greening up. But yeah, pretty good beaver habitat. All right, I'll pick you back up in a couple of minutes here once I get to the park. All right, bye. All right, we're heading down the trail here. I thought I'd turn the camera on as I got off the bike to walk for a little bit. And you probably laugh, but I spend all winter in a pretty much sedentary lifestyle. And then you got, 3, maybe 4 months where, everybody in Alaska they get out and they overdo it. And goodness knows I'm one of them. So I'm not, in that good a shape to be constantly riding, especially if I'm going up an incline. All right. Like a cute little trail here through the woods. I'm glad to see that they keep it nice and clean and trimmed up and all of that. You know what, I'll get on the ride. Get this going a little faster here. Feels good to have a little breeze blowing. What a lot of folks don't realize is up here in Alaska, when you get into the 70s or higher, which we are today, we're in the 70s, it gets really warm because the impact of the sun is so much more intense up here, and that's because of the depth of the atmosphere is far more shallow here, about half as deep as it is closer to the equator. Riding past the park here, if you can see. road noise isn't too bad. Let's see if I can get over to a smoother spot here. We're kind of right next to the river here. Let's go on to the grass and you laugh. It's nice and cool here in the shade. But what a day, what a glorious day. And the whole week has been like this. It's been spectacular. Here, let me take you out of the holder there. All right. You can see the river's right over there. You know, I've never heard about anybody really fishing up here or catching anything. And this is blocked down below with a dam, and so the salmon just can't get up the river. Otherwise, this would be a really perfect spot for them to sit in, right down there behind that rock. You can see we're going through the park here. Pretty nice park. Okay, you see where that water is heading off to the other side over there? Back in there is where the water flows way down behind in order to create that beaver pond. And there's a beaver dam down in there that really helps to block that water from coming back across and joining back into the creek. So like I said, I'm not seeing any aquatic life in the creek. I mean, I know there's trout and grayling in there, but I haven't been able to see them sitting in any of the pockets. Yeah, and this would be a perfect spot for them to sit. Pretty sweet, huh? All right.